Sorry about that. Hey everybody on YouTube, this is Mr. Pumpkin Son 08, and today I'm going to tell you guys about the movie I just saw today. And then some news later about Ash vs. Evil Dead. So, first off, let's talk about Rampage, because I just saw Rampage today, and I thought it was a pretty good movie. I thought it was actually a pretty good video game movie. Because in the past cinemas, we had terrible, god-awful video game movies. And now it looks like we finally got a good video game movie. Well, it may not be the best, but at least it's a pitch-perfect one. Sorry, my throat's tickling. So anyways, let's talk about Rampage. Rampage stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And he raised a gorilla, an albino gorilla called George, when he was 2 years old when his parents got brutally murdered. So he raised him up, and then in outer space, there was this space station up there that they were testing. So they got these like little canisters out there, like these rectangular canisters that hold like this gas in them that contains like DNA that could make an animal go stir crazy. So there was this lady up there that tries to get it all, and there was this giant rat that was following her, and yeah, I'm trying to put that up. So there was this giant rat trying to kill her. So she got off the ship, the rat died, but the rat scratched the window of the ship. She died, and then those 3 containers flew off into Earth to those 3 animals. The George, Ralph, and Lizzie, when they were in their original forms. I'm still a little sick. Well, I was sick before, but now I'm not. It's just this cough that keeps coming. So, they both got mutated. All 3 of them. So, we first see George on how he's mutating and losing control. They put him in this cage, and it doesn't really work. All it does is break him free until they put him down. And then we saw that Negan from Walking Dead, I don't watch Walking Dead by the way, Negan from The Walking Dead is part of the government now. And now they decided to carry George to another facility. But there's this group in Chicago, and by the way, this movie takes place in Chicago, takes place in downtown Chicago, all the way down there. In the Sears Tower, there's this group that does this mutated stuff. And this is where our Easter egg comes in. Now, I only saw one Easter egg, and I'm sorry if I missed any Easter eggs, but damn, I hate this cough. So anyways, I saw one Easter egg, and that is when they were talking, the guy and the girl, they were both talking, and you could see the actual Rampage arcade machine in the back. It was kind of like a nice Easter egg in there. And I remember when the Nostalgia Critic reviewed Double Dragon, how one of the guys was behind the actual Double Dragon arcade machine. So, it was a good or bad, I don't know which one, but it was a good nod to the original. And they were talking about this project, and this project is called Project Rampage, even though the arcade game Rampage is in there. So yeah. They have this big tower signal on top of the Sears Tower that attracts the mutant creatures in. So George, Ralph, Lizzie are all heading to downtown Chicago to have this ultimate brawl. There's some things that you hate, they just want to go away. This is one of those things. Just something in my gullet is making me cough like this. Every time I cough, it just. Damn, I hate it. So, I'm just talking about this cough. I kept coughing. Alright, so. There's this huge brawl going on. George hears the sound waves that's coming out from the antenna. So he starts going all ape and stuff. Destroys the cage, destroys the plane. And then, now they're in the middle of nowhere with no radio frequencies, except for Negan. Because Negan, I'm going to call him Negan because I forgot his name in the movie. But he radios another rescue base, therefore helping the three to their base and finding where these creatures are. So we see George and Ralph running towards the signal, but we don't get to see Lizzie until the very end of the movie, when they're in Chicago. So they're in Chicago. They're stirring up a rampage up in there. And we finally get to see what Lizzie looks like, and Lizzie looks great. So, it doesn't really match her appearance in the game, but it's a good look for her. So they start climbing up the Sears Tower, and I don't know how a giant crocodile crawls up a building. I don't know. Maybe she's got suction cups, or maybe she learned that from watching Spider-Man movies. Like one Spider-Man movie. But y'all know what it is. But anyways, they get to the antenna, and this is where the woman behind all this stuff gets eaten by George. So, the woman behind all this stuff, the white one, she gets eaten by George. The whole building, the whole Sears Tower just flattens to the ground. And then that's when things get good. Because now we got George, Lizzie, Ralph fighting to the death. That is Monster Mash. So now we get them three fighting, and then Lizzie just alls out nowhere just rips Ralph's head off. Lizzie just rips Ralph's head off like a toothpick. Rips his head off and then eats it. Kind of brutal and violent, unlike the game. So yeah, it is violent in the game. And then it's up to George and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to fight Lizzie. Lizzie does kick George's butt really good, but then George just pops out of nowhere with this huge pole and sticks it right into Lizzie's eye, poking through her brain. And that is how George kills Lizzie. It is pretty gruesome, so I have to say. And then George has a little bit of funny humor at the end of the movie, so as the beginning. It's where he does sign language and he gives the bird out. Yeah. So, other than that, I thought it was a pretty good movie. Will I recommend it? Yeah. I would recommend it if you're a fan of Rampage, the video game, or if you love seeing monsters brawl to the death. So with Rampage on the side, oh yeah, I forgot to put the score. I give Rampage either somewhere between a 7 or an 8. Because between a 7 or an 8, it's still pretty good. But I was about to give it an 8. I would give it an 8 out of 10 because it's a pretty good movie. You will love it. Absolutely love it. If you're a fan of the actual arcade game and just seeing monsters duel, because monsters brawling is awesome. So now that we got Rampage out of the side, let's talk about Ash vs. Evil Dead. Because boy am I mad with Stars. So, if you didn't heard it today, Stars decided to cancel Ash vs. Evil Dead. So, that just got me really angry because I watched the show back when it first was new, all the way back in October 2015. It lasted up to 3 seasons. The reason why it failed is because not enough viewers were watching it. So that's why it led to its cancellation. So, the next episode this week will be its final. The final episode of Ash vs. Evil Dead. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks to see your favorite show get canceled. So yeah, I'm pissed at Stars. I'm really pissed. So yeah, I want to go on and talk about... Sorry about that. I want to go on and talk about more stuff, more about this, but I can't really. Now with this coughing. But what do you guys think? Do you think Ash vs. Evil Dead should have gotten canceled or not? Post a comment down below. And what do you guys think about Rampage? Do you think it sucked, or do you think it was a good adaptation of the video game? So let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like this video, and please subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos without me coughing like a maniac. I'm Smoker708, signing out.